You've seen it, maybe in a dream, a murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish, time after time. For that is your fate, the fate of the cursed.
So I went ahead and skipped that first loading screen. Oh, somebody else is starting a new game as well. Um, we're gonna go ahead and kick off this playthrough of Dark Souls 2. Um, I think, yeah, I'm gonna run over here and pick up the rusted coin right here from the beginning. But yeah, I never noticed that those doors opening under the water and releasing all the souls. I never noticed that until just now. This will be my second um playthrough, probably my third character. But I just recently completed my first complete playthrough, so I'm pretty fresh. Go ahead and run around here and grab this small, smooth, and silky stone. And I'm actually going to pass up on the ogre or cyclops, whichever one you want to call it. I think we're just going to go with Crimson on this, just for old time's sake. But I'm actually probably going to speed up this next part, going through the character creation. I don't really do anything special. I don't like to. I mean, yeah, I don't like to go into too much depth with my characters. You don't really look at their faces anyway. Um, I just like it to be somewhat accurate, I suppose. The same hair color and such. Somewhat accurate. Yeah. But yeah, I just finished my first playthrough, so I figure this one will go. This one will go all right. Since I'll be coming fresh off that one. this is just I got the Black Armor edition of the game, so graciously gifted all these beginning weapons that are okay, I suppose. They're not great. I really haven't used them, even though I got them for free. But we're just gonna run up these stairs and grab the free human effigy out of the chest, and then we're gonna proceed through the Firekeeper's dwelling. I think that's what it's called, Firekeeper's dwelling. Those three sisters are all firekeepers, or old firekeepers. There's an empty chair there, which kind of hints towards there being a fourth, which could be the one that's in the opening cinematic. Um, but I'm just gonna skip through this tutorial level besides this very first one on the left, and this is only so that I can get the trading nest, the crow's nest. I don't remember their names. There's two of them this time around, so I'm not completely familiar with them. I didn't use them much in my first playthrough, but you can get some pretty good drops or items from them, so I may try and use it more in this playthrough. So, but who knows? I haven't really decided anything. I went with the not starting class, so I'll probably do a strength faith build, but I'm not certain on that. I usually end up ending up with the pretty close to the same stats on every character, which is a strength dex hybrid. I know the character that I just finished my first playthrough with was 40 dex, 35 dex, 40 strength, which is pretty fair. I mean, I don't know, but I really want to. Faith seems really powerful in this game, so far. So I really want to try and boost my faith and try and get it. But you seen before I ever went and made my character, I went and picked up that small silky stone, and you can go ahead and trade it here and get an upgrade stone just like that. You don't always get you won't always get a faint stone. A lot of, like, the small smooth stones are mid-tier trade items, and then there's just smooth and silky stones, which are higher tier, and then petrified something, which is the highest tier. So there's not very many petrified somethings in the game, though. Make our way right on through here out to the rising sun, I suppose. And right here at this little patch of grass, you can just ease off the edge twice and pick up your first mace, Morningstar, I believe, actually, and a chime. So just like that, you can start leveling up your faith and attunement and try and use some miracles, but we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to actually try and make this trip to Majula pretty quick.
Are you the next monarch, or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king, he who made Drangleic what it once was, he who peered at the essence of the soul, King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery, for misery you will never meet. Seek those whose names are unutterable. There's once you have found, so that.
Yeah, the Emerald Herald likes to talk, so I'm really gonna try and not skip any NPC dialogue if I can help it.
Who are you? Oh, I packed my tools, but now somebody's gone and locked them. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop.
But it's just force a habit to spam the A button through most of the NPC's dialogue. I really don't on my first playthrough, but this time it's gonna be hard not to. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these couple souls that I picked up and already start Mullen's. I guess it's his quest line. I don't know. Just go ahead and start spending souls in his little shop. Go ahead and pick up the falconer helm.
I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
After I talk to him, of course. Most NPCs in this game really seem to have a lot of dialogue, so
I came from the west. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant, trade. Very competitive.
you don't say.
Of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold.
Any luck?
It's been years since then. I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. Thanks very much. And do please come.
Okay, we definitely will. But from here we're gonna go ahead and equip that falconer helm that I bought, and also take a quick look at these weapons that I am so graciously gifted. I mean, I really did use the mace quite a bit on my first character, just because I couldn't really find a weapon that I was gonna stick with. So I used the mace, which it was pretty good, but none of them are really outstanding. But we do get this shield that is 95 physical damage reduction. I'm not sure if it's 90 or 95. I'm pretty sure it's 95 though, which is about as high as I'm gonna get at this point for a while, so it'll suffice. I'm actually going to Heide's Tower of Flame first. I actually prefer this area over the Forest of Fallen Giants. I just like the feel of the Heide's Tower. But yeah, I like the level design, I suppose, of Heide's Tower. It's really linear and open, and it just looks really good. I like the scenery of it pretty much. I actually skipped a chest back there a little ways. It was a really awful shield is all that it contained, so I'm not really concerned with getting it. These giant knights are really the great sword knights really aren't a threat at all, as long as you understand their moveset. They always do 3 attacks, or they usually do 3 move combo, and the third move is the only variable of that. They also have a 4th swing that they can add to the combo, which is a thrust, but they seldomly use that. But as long as you go or roll, if you circle around them towards their I don't know how to phrase it. If you circle them from the side from which they're swinging, or you roll in the direction of which they're swinging from, then you really shouldn't have a problem. These mace guys, on the other hand, um, yeah, that's not the case. Not the case for those guys. They're they're pretty strong. They're not really strong so much as their tracking is really, really good, and it's really hard to get the invincibility frames on their attacks. But yeah, that just gives us a chance to fight this guy one more time. Just grab a couple more souls. 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, that third attack will either be a slash or an overhead slam attack. It's really not any kind of issue. The only thing is that you can circle around them to avoid their attacks, but they still have a little bit of reach around behind them, like that right there. I wasn't really expecting that to reach me on from where I was, but it did. But yeah, their attacks kind of reach around behind them, so you have to be wary of that. So giving them a little distance never hurts. And you can see I learned my lesson when he does that combo. 1, 2, yeah. That attack, just the tracking is. They have really good tracking. The mace guys do, at least. And this is where we'll get our first Sublime Bone Dust. Go pick up this human effigy and another item that I don't remember. I'm doing post commentary, by the way. The knights have really good tracking, but it's really easy at the same time to bait them to fall off because they're so large in this area they give you here to fight them is really small. He doesn't fall off for me this time, but usually it's not difficult to make them. But after you defeat this guy, there's going to be a lever come up, and I actually don't think I'll show it here. But when you pull this lever, you could see the boss room across the way, and it causes the floor in the boss room to come up and expand, so that you won't fall into the lava into the water. This guy is a pull. When you aggro him, the other two sentinels or old knights will back up into their respective corners, I suppose, and just kind of hang out until this guy is dealt with. I wasn't really comfortable trying to fight them both at the same time because of my damage output, so I figured the best idea was to retreat and try and get them to come at me one-on-one. They'll actually follow you all the way back to the area where you fought that first old knight. But luckily the second one didn't do that this time. Yeah, see, there was the slam. Usually they'll do the slash. 1, 2, and slash. Yeah. So that's about the only variable in their moveset is that, and then sometimes they'll add the fourth thrusting attack. Crack blue eye orb. They drop them like candy. Do 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 do. But yeah, these are really easy enemies. They have, I suppose, with my base level and standard weapon, they have a little bit of health, but it's just a bait and attack, I guess. I don't know. really simple enemies once you figure out their movesets. But the Ultra Great Sword Knights, old Knights, these guys right here. And yeah, you see, I forgot to pull my second lever. It's actually back here in this room. I run back and get it now, but those Ultra Great Sword old Knights, they hit really hard, and they can stun lock you into their combos really easy. So that's something you gotta look out for. But yeah, even in New Game Plus, I've been through this area. It wasn't too bad. Even with Bonfire Intensity 4, it wasn't awful. But yeah, if they hit you with that first one, they'll stun lock you into that combo. Really difficult to survive that. And that sweeping attack, you really just need to back up and give them their space for that, because it's hard to dodge that. I actually go back human here after I pick up these green blossoms, because I wanted to see just how patch 1.03 come out the 11th, which was Friday of last week, and I wanted to see like how much the NPCs had been buffed. So I went ahead and summoned the NPC for this boss fight, and hopefully Masterless Glencore here, I was hoping he wouldn't be just absolutely useless, but I mean, you know. But this is the Dragon Rider. Really not a difficult boss by any aspect. The trick to him is to stay behind him, pretty much. Stay behind him, wait for his attacks, and then take advantage of them. Because when he attacks, he leaves himself open. And that Dragon Rider halberd has some serious range. And yeah, he you can stagger. Most bosses in this game stagger at some point. I think there's only a couple that I haven't seen stagger. I don't know that you can't stagger them, but I just haven't seen it. But yeah, me and old Glencore make pretty quick work of the Dragon Rider. He's nothing too difficult. Even I mean, I'm base level knight with just a bastard sword, broadsword, and I mean, I don't think yeah, I got hit once by that range on that halberd, but nothing too difficult. Just stay locked on, keep your shield up, and keep circling him. As long as you can pretty much outmaneuver him, that's about the only thing to the fight, is just keeping around him.
From you, mining, I can, but the cost of it. I'd heard awful rumors about this place, and I'm afraid they were all true. The king, gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy. I fear that, by now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles. Why did I come here? Well, do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world. And such is my only wish. this a more fitting test of my fortitude. I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon. To a place I could help the gullible by teaching the good word. No
Well,
need for miracles.
something's not right about Lycia. But for now, we're gonna fast travel right on back to Majula, skip that loading screen for you, and take a couple level ups. I'm a kind of a stickler when it comes to leveling up because I like whatever stats that I do upgrade, I like them to be either close to each other, like within a few levels of each other, or to be in multiples of 5. Kind of weird, kind of a dumb thing. Can't always be accurate either, so a lot of times, like if I can only get 1 or 2 level ups, I'll not level up. So that's just one of those things. I don't know. But I think we're gonna go talk to this one, not the last NPC in Majula, but this one other NPC here in Majula who likes to talk a lot. So I'm just gonna sit here and let you listen.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of second home, a place where life is almost normal. And in Translink these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden, and like you, I lost everything, and now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth, we undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Will you ever cry out for help? The journey of the undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You would only accept their kind embrace.
I'm gonna go ahead and join the Wave Blue just for the sake of it.
That is all. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence.
So chatty. So chatty.
Reflect over all and sundry. Those were better days. Dear me. It really takes me back.
But I think that's gonna be it. Talking to him. Go ahead and learn this gesture. But yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting while I was sitting there listening to him talk. The wind was making the skirt of my armor blow. But all in all, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Except we gotta go burn that's a blind bone dust. Until the next, like, subscribe, do whatever. I hope you enjoyed. If not, I'm sorry. Until the next episode, later.